Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Philippa Du, and I'm excited to share a game-changing workflow with you today that has saved me mountains of time. This new process has single-handedly eliminated the most tedious part of my video production schedule. I used to truly dread that endless cycle involving a long editing session followed by a separate, painful transcription process. However, I discovered a method that allows you to handle both the editing and the transcription at the exact same time. For any creator or podcaster out there, I promise this entirely changes the entire content production game for the better. Please, stick with me through this entire presentation because I'm going to show you the whole system. I'll walk you through every single step methodically, making sure it's easy to follow along. Crucially, I will also show precisely how one specific tool integrates to make content creation easier without sounding like a cheesy commercial. So, let's start with the big idea behind this massive efficiency boost. The core concept is simple. You upload your lengthy video or audio file to the platform. Once it's in, the system automatically handles the entire transcription process for you in the background. Then, as you begin cleaning up that generated transcript, the actual video timeline edits itself in perfect sync. This means you can literally be reading and editing the text, and the timeline updates for you instantly. That immediate feedback loop is such a huge, monumental time saver for anyone producing regular content. I've personally been leveraging this exact approach for nearly a full year now. It has completely flipped the script on how I manage and batch produce all of my content across platforms. If you want a super quick digestible guide, I actually put together a detailed step-by-step document for you. There is a link right down in the description below if you wish to grab that resource immediately. I will also drop a link for the specific tools I am currently using in my standard production setup. But first, let me run a full demonstration of the process so you can clearly see the entire intuitive flow in action. Getting started with the platform itself is extremely straightforward and takes minimal effort. You navigate to the main area, find the free trial button, or hit Get Started wherever it might be located. From there, you have two primary options. Either upload an existing completed video or begin a new live screen recording. If you opt for the screen record function, the system will politely prompt you for camera and microphone permissions. Once you authorize access, the recording begins capturing both your main screen content and your webcam feed if you choose to include it. The moment you hit stop on that recording, the entire process immediately kicks off the transcription engine. You can actually watch the resulting text populate on your screen in near real time as it happens. What is truly sick about this entire workflow is that the transcript is not just a static document. It functions as your actual edit interface. The platform intelligently highlights potential areas that need your attention, like filler words or phrases that might be unclear. It then presents you with quick, actionable tools such as remove filler words or an option to shorten gaps between speech. You can literally click on any sentence you decide to cut, hit the delete key, and watch the corresponding video clip vanish from the timeline. This completely removes the necessity of scrubbing through hours of footage manually making tiny, frustrating cuts. Let me now walk you through the normal sequence of actions I execute for every piece of content I produce. Step 1 is always initiating a new project by clicking that option and giving it a name. I often use a quick naming convention like Project 07 or something equally simple and unsophisticated for tracking. If your recording involves multiple speakers, make sure to add their names so the system can label each voice accurately. If it is just you speaking solo throughout the entire recording, then you can thankfully skip this specific speaker labeling step. Next up is step 2. Either drag your finished video file directly into the project area or begin the screen recording as discussed. The file will upload, and almost immediately after that, the transcription process will begin automatically for you. The actual time this takes will always depend on the total length of your original source material. However, I find that this is usually incredibly fast for most short to medium length video projects. Step 3 involves cleaning up the transcript, which is where the real magic starts to happen for your edit. Once the transcription engine is completely finished, you will see underlined phrases and various marks suggesting where you should check next. These suggested checks often include filler words, potential mistranscriptions, or sections where the audio quality wasn't perfect. Look for the dedicated Tools menu where you can select an option like Remove Filler Words and apply that change universally. The tool will automatically list all the identified instances like or that common SO you use all the time. You can then batch remove all of those non-essential sounds with a single, decisive click. Step 4 involves actively correcting any mistakes the AI might have made during the initial transcription pass. The AI is remarkably competent, but it is certainly not infallible, and names are a common point of failure. For instance, it might incorrectly render my name as Philip Petty when my actual name is Philippa Du, which is quite different. The fix is straightforward. You just select the incorrect word, click Correct, and then manually type in the right spelling. If you find that an entire sentence is completely unnecessary for the final video's message, you just highlight it and hit delete. Remember, the video timeline automatically follows every single one of these transcript edits instantly, which is the key takeaway here. Next is step 5, which involves reviewing all potential transcription errors flagged by the software's smart system. The system typically runs a specific verification pass that highlights maybe 50 to 60 spots where you should double-check the text. You simply click on any of those highlighted phrases, listen only to that short accompanying audio snippet, and then correct or accept it. This small verification loop is incredibly effective at getting your transcript polished without wasting time replaying the entire file. Moving on to step 6, one of my absolute favorite tricks is intelligently tightening those awkward word gaps. You know those moments where there's just an uncomfortable, long pause between sentences, or even between two simple words? You can choose to auto-shorten all gaps across the entire project to a very crisp 0.3 seconds, for instance. Alternatively, you retain the power to do it manually by selecting the gap and trimming it yourself with precision. The final result of this step is a much crisper, faster-paced video that doesn't sound jumpy or robotic when you watch it. Step 7 covers adding embedded captions directly into your final video file for maximum accessibility. You typically just click a plus sign, search for a caption style you prefer, like that fancy caption option, and drop it right in. This is absolutely perfect if you are repurposing content for quick-hit platforms like TikTok or Instagram Reels. For a more traditional platform like YouTube, you also have the option to export standard SRT files separately. A really advanced feature some platforms offer is voice cloning, allowing you to create an overdub model of your own voice. Once you record that short initial sample, the system can then read any cleaned transcript segment using your unique voice model. It sounds completely wild, but it becomes incredibly handy when you need to quickly patch a misplaced word or paragraph without re-recording. Finally, step 9 is selecting your preferred export options when you are completely satisfied with the final product. You will navigate to Share, then Export, choosing either video or perhaps just the subtitles file depending on your need. Most major platforms allow you to choose between standard text files or having the subtitles permanently burned into the video itself. Now, I need to be completely honest and mention that there are other tools out there that tackle parts of this process effectively. For example, Descript pioneered this entire concept of transcript-driven editing, and it remains very strong for DAW-style control. However, Descript can escalate in cost very quickly, making it prohibitive for smaller creators operating on a tight budget. And while it excels at editing, it doesn't necessarily solve the crucial content distribution side of the equation for you. Otter AI, for instance, is fantastic purely for its transcription accuracy, but it offers virtually no editing capabilities whatsoever. Other solutions often end up being either prohibitively expensive, surprisingly clunky to use, or only solve one small piece of the overall puzzle. That is precisely the area where the tool I am featuring today, Vizard, truly stands out above the rest for my needs. Vizard isn't simply about transcription plus manual editing like some of its competitors offer. It is specifically engineered to intelligently extract the most engaging moments from long videos and auto-generate ready-to-post short clips. Here are 3 distinct things that I absolutely love about Vizard that I genuinely wish more creators were aware of right now. First, it provides automated editing for viral short clips by analyzing the entire recording for peak engagement. It looks for moments containing high energy, genuine laughs, key informational spikes, or any point of high audience interest. It then clips those segments into short-form content that is genuinely ready for immediate publishing with minimal review. This feature single-handedly saves you from sitting through hours of raw footage just hunting for that one perfect soundbite. The second thing I champion is the incredible auto-scheduling function that manages your output for you. You simply tell Vizard how frequently you want to publish content, like daily or weekly, and it queues the clips up. It then publishes those clips automatically across all of your connected social media accounts without further input from you. Seriously, it's a true set-it-and-forget-it system for posting that still manages to maintain a curated feel. The third fantastic feature is the unified content calendar, which centralizes all your scheduling activities in one hub. Instead of juggling messy spreadsheets across different platforms, you get one master calendar to manage everything. You can schedule, edit, move clips around, and manage everything for all your channels right from that one interface. When you combine those 3 features with the transcript-driven editing I showed you earlier, you get a complete pipeline. That pipeline essentially looks like record, auto-transcribe, auto-extract viral clips, auto-schedule, and finally, publish. The alternatives out there usually force you to do most of that extraction work manually, or they are simply too expensive. They also frequently fail to integrate that crucial scheduling and content calendar piece very effectively at all. Let's look at a few practical, real-world use cases for applying this powerful methodology. If you happen to be a podcaster, you upload your entire episode and Vizard pulls clips perfect for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. These extracted clips will specifically highlight the funniest moments or the most insightful quotes from the conversation. If you are a lecturer or researcher conducting qualitative interviews, this process is incredibly valuable for you too. Vizard will provide you with perfectly clean transcripts and then surface the best quotes for promotional snippets. If you host live workshops or training sessions, record the whole thing from start to finish for later use. Vizard can then automatically create a series of micro-lesson videos that you can drip feed out to your audience over several weeks. Here is one final practical tip for maximizing accuracy before you wrap up your final export process. Always perform that quick manual pass through the potential transcription errors tool just to be safe. The AI catches most of the errors, but spending just 1 minute listening to those flagged snippets saves you from embarrassment. This small effort prevents weird typos in your captions or those really awkward mistranscriptions of key names. So, that summarizes my entire typical optimized workflow for high-volume content creation. I upload my source, let the system automatically transcribe everything, and then I clean the text by removing fillers and correcting any names. I tighten up any excessive silences, quickly style my necessary captions, and then I either export or let the auto-clipping tool handle the rest. The incredible benefit is that you end up with a perfectly clean final transcript and several short, ready-to-use videos in a fraction of the old time. If you want the detailed, downloadable step-by-step PDF document I mentioned earlier, please grab that from the link in the description section. I created that guide to ensure creators like you can follow exactly what I am doing step for step in your own setup. There is also a direct link provided if you want to try out the specific tools that make up this efficient setup. If you are curious about deeper topics, like using transcripts for qualitative data analysis or structuring clips for virality, leave a question below. If enough people ask, I will definitely create another dedicated video diving much deeper into those advanced specific areas. All right, that wraps up the core demonstration for this powerful workflow for now. If you are someone who produces videos, records podcasts, or teaches classes online, this method is guaranteed to save you significant time. The power of Vizard is that it makes the actual shovel work, the tedious digging, completely disappear from your day. It autonomously finds the absolute gems in your long recordings, refines them perfectly, and helps you publish consistently without fail. If you decide to give this powerful setup a try, please let me know in the comments how it's working out for your creations. I genuinely love seeing what incredible things people end up producing when they have more time back in their schedule. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this detailed workflow breakdown. If you are looking for more insights on content repurposing strategies or advanced transcription hacks, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I will continue sharing exactly what is working best for me across all my various content production lines. Thanks again for spending your time with me today. I look forward to seeing what amazing things you create next.